Hello, guys. Welcome back to another episode of The Girls Lounge with your host, Liz and KT. And today we are reading Reddit Stories. Our last episode did really good, so hopefully you guys enjoy this one again. This week's theme is going to be like pranks gone wrong because the day that we post this will be the day after April Fool's. Hopefully none of you guys are victims to horrible pranks because I absolutely hate pranks. But without further ado, we'll get into what we've been up to. We're not going to be as chatty as last episode because we literally put out a whole movie, but today we're on a time crunch, so we'll just get right into it. So honestly, not much has happened in my life. I have done a lot of school and group work. When I tell you last week, I had 3 freaking group meetings, or just meetings in general. I had one for my marketing management capstone, my strategy and policy class, and then one for my internship. So I was like, oh my gosh, is this what the adult world is like? Just meetings all the time? Because I hate it. And then and for some reason I just had so much work to do that like it went into my weekend, which like never happens. Last night I almost died from a tornado. JK. We did have a tornado warning, and I did have to go into my bathroom. Me and my roommate were both in our respective bathrooms. We were texting each other during it. I just wanted to like make sure that she got the email about like what to do. But the winds, you guys, were insane. I was like, I genuinely had never heard one like that. Like I genuinely thought like a tornado was gonna happen because basically, not to get all scientifical, but basically there was like a front or like a wind front or something happening with like 2 notches that were potentials for a tornado to happen. And I was like, yep, it's coming, y'all. Because the wind, I was in my bathroom, so I'm in my room, and then my bathroom's literally right across my hallway from me, and it literally sounded like the wind was right outside my door. Like the wind was crazy, just how loud it was. It was insane. But yeah, glad that nothing happened, but it was significantly colder today, which I was like, oh. And then, I have been put on a forced break from learning French because in Duolingo, you have lessons and I can't pass it because I swear, it's not that I don't know. I swear it's like glitching out on me. So I don't want to ruin my streak. So I've been, back to doing my Spanish and my Italian. So by the end of the summer, I'm going to be bilingual. I'm going to be fluent in Spanish. JK, don't hold me to that.
I didn't know we had a weather woman on the podcast today. I woke up today and I was like going through our group chat messages, and I shouldn't have laughed, but it was like Kennedy was hiding in the bathroom. One of our friends was like driving back home, and like the wind, she had to pull over. I was like, stay safe out there. And also looked like we were gonna be having a little bilingual episode in the summertime, is what I'm hearing, Kennedy.
I'm going to be using Google Translate the whole episode.
And then for my little life update, I stayed at the home base for the weekend. Didn't travel anywhere, but it was much needed. I did a lot of catching up on life in general. The amount of like emails I went through and the amount of emails I sent, my school email and everything. I was out here reaching out to people, and then I did all my homework. I actually finished all my homework like Saturday morning. That's how productive I was being this weekend. And then my roommate, her mom's visiting right now, and she's staying at this really nice hotel. And the weather is finally weathering. It finally feels like summer out here. The sun is out, the beach is full. And so we went on Saturday, and I was at the hotel that she's staying at, and it has a pool. So it just felt very nice, very much summer vibes all around. But just did some recuperating. Oh, and we got into the ocean, the Mediterranean Sea. We hadn't been into the water and since we'd been here because it'd been kind of like cold and everything, but we sucked it up and we ran in there. Did we only stay in as we like dunked in and then came out? Yes, because it did get kind of chilly, but we did it. I got in, step one.
Were there other people in the water as well? Or were the locals just looking at y'all like, these Americans?
The beach was like full of people, actually. I'm pretty sure most of them were like European tourists, because like a lot of tourists come to this town where I'm staying at. But it was like it was the first day that it was actually feeling like summer. I feel like the sailboats were out, people were parasailing, jet skis were out, hella people were in the water. People weren't just like in the water like near the shore either. They were like out in the ocean. So it was very much giving like summer vibes. We weren't the only crazy people. But then later on, like when it got like darker from the hotel, you could see people like running out. Them I was like side-eyeing because I was like, it's dark now, why are you going into the water?
No, that's crazy. You would never catch me by a body of water at nighttime.
I'm not trying to get swept up by the tide.
What you said, but swimming in the Mediterranean Sea just sounds so nice. And now we're gonna get to our faves of the week, which I know me and Liz are both gonna have a lot to say about this week. I think we have the same one, and that is the Florida Girlies Bahamas trip content. They were working overtime to get those vlogs up, specifically Greta's editor, and then Josh, which is Natalie's husband, who also edits her videos. With the Florida Girlies went on a vacation in the Bahamas, and I'm like, I need that immediately from beginning to end. Just check in TikTok. I've already watched Greta's vlog, and then I'm gonna save Natalie's vlog for tonight after my night class, and then I'm gonna watch Hannah's pack and prep vlog, and I'm so excited.
Yes, and for those of you guys who don't know who the Florida girlies are, it's basically these like they're I feel like they were mostly TikTok influencers, but then they've like switched off to like YouTube and doing YouTube, and they're also pretty known like Instagram and Pinterest. Like if you look up Florida, little do you know, you're looking at these girls. Like they are your inspo that you're pinning on your boards. But it's this group of like, I think they're literally like our age. I'm not gonna lie, Kennedy. I'm pretty sure Natalie is like 2 years older than us, basically. But they're these group of little influencers, and they went on their little annual spring break trip. And yes, they are out of college, but they're still going on their spring break trip. And honestly, I love that energy. I love that vibe. And they went to the Bahamas, like Kennedy said. And I took notes on everything that was my favorites. First off, the Gatorade blue water. Yeah, it was literally clear, you guys. And then there was like starfish literally swimming beside them. I keep on saying literally. Literally can't right now. But the nice house, the house was so cute. I specifically loved Hannah and her sister Sid's room with the bunk beds. Need that. The view, yep. The fits, these girlies are going to dress up and everything, and it looks so cute. And then just everything, all around everything, minus the grocery prices. I started watching Natalie's video today, and the way they spent $700 on groceries, yeah, didn't realize like the Bahamas was that expensive.
700 is insane. But yeah, everything that Liz said, I co-signed. The Gatorade water, I was like, oh, I need to be swimming in that water right now. And I even looked it up, and apparently like this is like the best time to like go to the Bahamas and stuff. So I'm like, ugh, I wish I was there. And then their house, one thing I love about them is they don't gatekeep anything. Like they will always share their Airbnb links after they go home. And I'm like, I can't wait because I just know Natalie has that link, and I will be seeing how much it costs, just out of curiosity or whatever. Allegedly for a future girls trip, if people want to allegedly have fun with me. And then the fits, you guys, I loved Greta's flowery dress, and then I loved like all the sparkly outfits. Like I just love that vibe. And I think my favorite content honestly from the trip was Greta's hair salon. I don't know why, but I eat up those videos every time, and it just looks so good. I love all the TikTok like transitions they do too with their outfits, especially the ones with to the Mamma Mia songs. Perfection. Similar to Liz, I love the bunk bedroom. It was giving very cozy girl vibes, and like that's just everything I want at a girl trip, is just beachy vibes, house right on the water. And I think me and Liz need to convince our friends to get, if we do go to Indiana Dunes, have a house right on the water, or maybe try out a new place and get a house right by the water and just have beachy vibes.
My dream aspiration is I will be in Greta's hair salon one day. I want to see how the curls look, because I'm like, some of the girls, they have like their hair isn't very wavy, but Greta, she makes it curl, she makes it wavy. So I'm very curious if she can fix my hair, make it a little my pin straight hair. And then me and Kenny were also sitting in our like group chat with our friends. We were like, allegedly the water is super blue. Allegedly the houses are super nice. So yeah, let's take this allegedly and hypotheticals out of the group chat, you guys.
And another allegedly is also, apparently my mom said that the ticket prices aren't that much even on budget airlines. So I just feel like we should make a plan. And then whoever can make it. Because me and Liz are going to live out our Florida girlies lifestyle. And then similar to Liz, my dream's not necessarily to be in Greta's salon because, different hair texture. But my dream is to be in one of those TikToks. They look so fun. Like, I just want to do all those transitions and just live my best life.
All the dances and everything. Like I love how they're not on beat or anything, but they're just having so much fun. They like put in the effort. Honestly, I'm aspiring to have this type of lifestyle. More so like obviously like yes, going to the Bahamas with your friends, but like just all around the vibes of the friend group, I absolutely love that. And I feel like we have that vibe, so we gotta continue that, you know? It's aspirations that we can still be having this much fun in our late 20s, well, early mid 20s, I think is what they're at.
Yeah, even you can still have fun even if you have kids too, because there were moms on the trip as well. And now it is time for Sports Corner. This week is the Japan Grand Prix, which I think everyone's going to be very interested to see what happens from this race, with the seat changes and all those things. But we are gonna draw our drivers. We're gonna do the same thing we did last time. We're gonna ask Chat GBT to draw for each other because no cheating around here. And yeah, so I don't know who you want to draw first.
You should do a little recap of where we're at on points. I have forgotten, and to remind our listeners to see where the cheating got some.
That is a great idea. So there have been 2 races, obviously, and I currently have 56 points, and Elizabeth has 12 points.
A win is a win. If you guys didn't tune in like the last episode, I was in the negatives, so a win is a win.
I guess that's what it's like to feel like a driver that's later on the field. That's
We don't want to drop any names, because what if we get these people? Okay, I'm gonna type into chat to draw for you. Okay, Kennedy, chat has drawn. Oh, chat's being weird. I put draw a number and it said to generate images. 1 second.
Chat took draw very literally.
It just got no sense of humor. They gotta be all who. Oh, number 12.
Okay, let's see who number 12 is. Hopefully someone I haven't gotten. Oh, I got Jack Doohan, who may be on his way out, but we'll see. I was actually listening to a podcast today, and they were talking about how Alpine wants to get Franco in the seat before the European leg. So I'm like, oh, okay. So I don't know if that's a bad thing or a good thing.
Say less. Franco needs to be on here. That he be killing on his social media. Just put him in that car.
And now I'm gonna ask ChatGPT to pick a number 1 through 20, and Liz got 17, which I feel like she low-key might have had. Oh wait, no, she hasn't. You got a good one. You got Alex Albon.
I love Alex. He's been all over my For You page, all his little interviews. So me and Alex were like this, just took me a second to refresh my memory. Okay, your one is 7 now.
7. Oh, I got George Russell. Yay. So now, after this race, George Russell will be off limits for both me and Liz.
I think he did his thing for me last week, so maybe you have him on a good day.
Hopefully. And then for Elizabeth, I'm gonna say pick again.
I forgot that I don't have my second one yet.
Yeah, okay. It gave me number 5. Let's hope you haven't had that one again. Oh, you got a good one again. You got Max Verstappen. The pace in the Red Bull hasn't necessarily been there, but he might perform better in Japan. We'll just see.
With my picks, I have so much faith in my team. I'm going to be rooting for that Red Bull and for that Williams. They've been doing their thing, so let's just continue it on to Japan.
So just a little quick recap, just in case you forgot already. But I have Jack Doohan and George Russell leading into the Japan Grand Prix, and Elizabeth has Alex Albon and Max Verstappen. And we don't have any pop culture to talk about, you guys, because, again, I was looking through my chicks in the office, TMZ, people. The girlies aren't doing anything that's worth talking about for real. So nothing from me this week.
Same here. They're behaving themselves
for once. So now we're just gonna hop into what we've been watching. So I'll just go quick because honestly I haven't been watching much. I finished Temptation Island and then watched the bootleg reunion that happened because Netflix didn't have one. So a podcast called The Biofiles. I'm sure a lot of you guys have heard of that. They took it into their own hands to basically hold a reunion. There was one couple missing, which I'm like, allegedly it was because of like work, whatever, but I'm just like, no, it's because you didn't want to get flamed. Yeah, Temptation Island was a mess. I'm like, we should have phoned in Ariana because like she was my person who I was watching this with. But let me just tell you guys, like, this show is insane. None of the boys know accountability, and my public enemies after this show is Grant and the other guy's name, can't think of it, but Breon. They're my public enemies. Tyler was up there, but then, I was just like, he's bad, but maybe not as bad as Breon and Grant. But yeah, it was terrible. I fear men like them. And then I watched a scary movie called Heretic. I think is how you pronounce it. I'm not sure how you pronounce it, but it's spelled Heretic, and it is basically like a Mormon horror movie. As you guys know, my favorite podcast is the What We Said podcast with JC and Chelsea, and they're very open about not being Mormons anymore and just kind of like their upbringing in the Mormon faith and yada yada yada. And JC talked about this movie a while back when it came out, and then I saw that it finally came out on HBO Max, and the way she explained it really had me intrigued. So I was super excited to start it. And basically, it's this movie about these two Mormon girl missionaries who go to this guy's house to convert him. I guess would be the whole point of mission work. And it basically just turns into him like kidnapping them and just this whole game and just like kind of like challenging them on their beliefs. I guess you could say the movie was kind of like a critique of religion in general, but also the critique of Mormonism as a religion as well. So I thought it was like very interesting, but also still has some really cool horror thriller elements. So I really enjoyed it, and I would honestly recommend it if you like horror thriller type of movies.
I feel like I haven't heard of many horror Mormon like esque movies. So that sounds really interesting. And then for what I've been watching, just YouTube. I feel like everybody's been putting out these whole movie productions. All these videos are like an hour plus. So I just been watching some YouTube videos. And of course, you already know my favorite one. So
Honestly, it'd be like that. I'd be going through phases where I'm like watching everything on all the streaming platforms, and then next day I'm like, I just want to watch stuff on YouTube.
something about the laying in bed and just having YouTube on, it just nothing hits like it.
That part. And now we're going to get into our song of the week. So, my song of the week is Bluest Flame by Selena Gomez and Benny Blanca. I have not listened to the full album yet, and I probably won't. I feel like I need to listen to Wallow's newest EP first, and then maybe I can get into this Selena Gomez and Benny Blanca album. But I had to listen to this one song because it popped up on my free page and it sounded so good. So it's like, let me listen to the whole song, and I've been obsessed ever since. So I'm gonna play a part for you guys. So as you can see, it's very Charlie XCX coded. It's very summer vibes, very fun, very poppy. So yeah, that's my song of the week.
So, my song of the week, little backstory. I meant to do as like a little shout out to Kennedy for her experience over the weekend, but then I don't know why. I was thinking this song is called Tornado for some reason. But it's Bridget Mendler. It's Hurricane. I don't know why I thought it was Tornado, but it's a little shout out to Kennedy and her experience. So just know that's what I was going for. And that's my song of the week. And such a throwback. I forgot how good that song was.
Yeah, I was about to say, honestly, a bop, for real. So now we're going to get into our Reddit stories. I'm super excited. I love going through this Reddit, but we are reading stories from the Reddit thread, Am I the Asshole? If you guys are new to this concept, basically people come to the subreddit with their situations, and then the whole Reddit community, whatever, will decide whether they're the asshole or not. And the stories can be very entertaining, to say the least.
I'm going in blind with mine too. I just read the title of them. So if y'all see me like gasping, I'm just as shocked as you guys are.
Yeah, for my second story, I like kind of didn't read it all the way through, but I kind of like skimmed it. So I was like, I can have very authentic reactions. But I guess I can go first with my story. Oh yeah, our theme is like pranks gone wrong, essentially. So my first story is from obviously the Am I the Asshole subreddit, posted 1 year ago from the user own dash Kangaroo6931. And the title is called Am I the A-hole for ruining my sister-in-law's birthday dinner because she encouraged her kids to pull a prank? My husband and I, 38 female, went to my sister-in-law's house for her birthday. It's quite a long drive, and so I drove up the day before and stayed overnight in their spare bedroom. The birthday meal was going to be midday. She has two kids aged 4 and 7. Husband and I went in separate cars as we were coming from different workplaces to get there. I am very short sighted and literally can't see 1 foot in front of my face without my glasses. Every night, I take them off and put them on the nightstand right where I know I can reach them in the morning. Now, apparently, sister in law thought it would be a funny prank to get her kids to sneak into the room. I sleep with earplugs in because husband is a loud snorer and take and hide my glasses. On the morning of her birthday, I couldn't find my glasses on the nightstand. I had to ask husband to help in case they had fallen off and under the bed or something, but we couldn't find them anywhere. I was really distraught because, as I said, I'm literally almost non-functional without them. Husband helped me down to breakfast and I explained that I wouldn't be able to take part in the meal midday, which would be at a nearby restaurant, and couldn't drive myself home. I was really upset. They are also expensive glasses because I have to get the lenses thinned, etc. So about 600 pounds. Sister-in-law let this go on until they were literally about to go for her birthday lunch. I had not been able to do much at all up until this point. I can't see. Then she jokingly said to her kids, okay, that's enough, I think. Go get them. And the kids ran off to fetch my glasses from where they hidden them. She said not to blame them at all. I don't ish. And it was her idea and just a bit of harmless fun. I put my glasses on, got in my car, said nothing at all, and just drove home. My husband is on my side and has apologized on sister-in-law's behalf, saying that she thought I would see the funny side. He is very apologetic and offered to skip her birthday meal as well and come home, but he is being apologetic, not her. I've had nothing from sister-in-law except from an angry WhatsApp message to the group, not directly to me, but to the family group, saying that her birthday had been ruined because someone couldn't take a joke. Apparently, after I left, she had a meltdown about how the day was ruined because I drove off and the kids are upset. It was genuinely distressing for me to not be able to see, but I see how she might have thought this would be funny to get her kids to do it. Am I the a-hole? And then she has a couple edits. She basically just says like she feels bad that the kids think they're the reason she is upset and that they did something wrong. And then I guess people in the comments were asking a bunch of questions. So she just was like, husband and I were traveling in different cars as we had set off from different locations and timings. We went the night before so we wouldn't have to get up early and do the long drive first thing. She says she's not blind, but the road is just a blur from the arm's length or less without glasses. And yes, my husband looked for the glasses, but she didn't do much in the morning. She just kind of sat because obviously she can't see. So, what are your thoughts, Elizabeth?
I shouldn't be laughing at that part, but as someone who like obviously needs glasses to see, and I'm not even like severely blind, like I can't see, but compared to other people, it's not that bad. I can't function without my glasses. Like when people be driving without their glasses, I genuinely don't understand how you do that because how do you see the colors on the road? You simply don't. At least I can't see them. And again, like if I take off my glasses, they're not like a huge lens or anything like that. So it's not crazy blind. But I don't think she's the asshole in this. I feel like I got some thoughts. So like first, whose idea was it to do this prank? You're telling me that the 4-year-old and the what was it, 7-year-old, I think? You told me the little kids thought, oh, let's steal our aunt's glasses.
It was the sister-in-law's idea, so their mom.
Exactly. So like that's just evil. Also, sister-in-law's idea? Kind of sus. I don't know. Something about that. Because I feel like one thing would be like your sibling. Obviously, it's still like, why did you do that? But like your sibling, they be doing that kind of stuff. So it just kind of makes sense. But the sister-in-law,
Yeah, this is just not a funny joke. She's definitely not the a-hole in this situation. And it's just like, okay, say sister-in-law wanted to play a little joke. Why did you let it go on for so long up until the point of your birthday dinner? Because I'm pretty sure she said the birthday dinner was midday. And so she woke up in the morning and realized they weren't there. So you let this go on for literally the whole half of the day, the first half of the day. Really? And I'm sure sister-in-law knew like, oh, like they were looking for the glasses. Like you were just sitting there. And like as someone who is pretty blind without my glasses, like I take them off, just blurs. Like I cannot function at all. Like I literally cannot see. So that would be so annoying. And it's just not funny. I don't understand how like she's gonna make this situation about her and be like, my birthday dinner is ruined, blah blah blah. Okay. that's your fault. You're the one that decided to pull this prank, let it go on for so long. It's just very weird.
The timing of it is all very odd to me too. Like, so why on your birthday dinner did you go out of your way to be evil? And then second, like Kenny said, the timing of everything doesn't make sense to me because if it's a prank and it's supposed to be funny, I feel like there's supposed to be people around, people laughing and like noticing it. But it was just her and her husband looking around in the room for them, like who is there to laughing? Nobody is. And the way that it went on until like lunch or so, you just let her go around blind all day, sitting there doing nothing because she can't see. Yeah, this the sister-in-law, there's something else going on there.
Yeah, I was gonna say there seems to be like a weird dynamic, like the sister-in-law is trying to test her or something. But I'll read the top comment because I feel like it has a lot. Like I agree with a lot of what they said, but this person, oh, and OP responded to this, so I'll read the top comment and then OP's response. But the top comment says, "Not the a-hole. I don't see how this is a prank and supposed to be funny. But maybe if she let this go on for 10 minutes, some would see the humor in it. But to let it go on for seemingly hours is ridiculous. And then to top it off, she didn't even apologize. It also seems strange to get the children involved. If it was their idea, it would be one thing. But she recruited her children to play a prank that wasn't even funny. This is a case of play stupid games, win stupid prizes, period." And OP said, "She still seems to feel it was amusing AF for me to stumble around all morning, also in panic. And yes, you are correct, it was hours. We got up around 8 a.m. Lunch was scheduled for 2 p.m. I stumbled around trying to find my glasses for about 5 hours before she told the kids to go retrieve them." Yeah, your sister-in-law is actually evil.
I stand by everything that I said. Also, wasn't she like the only one that knew about the prank? Like, what's so funny about it? You can't laugh with anyone. I feel like a prank's more funny when other people are in on it or like they know. But you're telling me the 4-year-old and the 7-year-old understood what they were doing? No, they probably don't even understand what being blind is like. So
Yeah, so I think me and Liz both agree that this person is not the a-hole, but the sister is. She sucks.
she needs to get away while she still can. My first one is titled, Am I the A-hole for defending my husband after prank went horribly wrong? And this is from user Am I the A-hole, abbreviated TA9264, and it was posted 2 years ago. My husband, Jaden, 26, loves jokes and pranks and stuff. I'll admit I'm not one for them, and most of them dumb, but our daughter Lucy, 5, loves them. They basically do a bunch of stupid pranks to each other, and to be fair, Jaden does keep it harmless. Last month, we got some realistic looking spider toys with other decorations. Since we got them, Jaden and Lucy have basically taken turns putting them around the house to scare each other or me. I honestly find it annoying, but the two of them love it. Lucy does usually get scared, but when she realizes what it is, she laughs and finds it funny or tells her dad off. It's actually adorable when she tells him off though. And Jaden always pretends he's scared even when she gives it away beforehand by giggling and watching him. So about 2 weeks ago, Jaden set it to fall on her when she opened her toy box in the playroom. Lucy didn't open it and apparently he forgot it. Later that week, we had my family over, including my brother Leon and my nieces Tara, 3, and Zoe, 6, over. Zoe was badly bitten by a spider when she was younger, even had to go to the hospital since she's deathly afraid of them. I would go as far as to call it a phobia. I don't like where this is going. The kids went to play and the spiders fell on them. Zoe completely freaked out and just melted down. We came down and saw what happened. Jaden did apologize and try to cheer her up, but Leon was furious. He basically accused us of doing it on purpose, that we should know better and calling us assholes. We did apologize and explain that it wasn't meant for Zoe, but my brother did not listen to him at all. Leon left early with my sister-in-law and nieces, and the whole night was kind of ruined. I've tried to talk to him after, but Leon is still pretty pissed with us. It's been a week and he's still acting like we tried to murder Zoe. I've tried explaining again that it was an accident and a mistake, but he basically thinks it's too convenient a mistake and that if it is Jaden is still an a-hole for being so immature and I'm an a-hole for defending him. So now he basically refuses to see us unless Jaden is banned, which is ridiculous. I do feel bad that it went so wrong and I understand that it was a horrible mistake, but it wasn't meant to happen. It was meant to be for Lucy, who likes these stupid pranks. I think Leon's overreacting and he thinks I just don't really care about my niece.
I have lots of thoughts. I actually read this one last night when I was going through stories, but just off the basis of the story of, is this girl the asshole for defending her husband? I don't think so, but I do think it is kind of like, I can see both sides of why, like, her brother would be upset and why like it's not a big deal because like it is like a harmless prank in a sense. But then I understand like the niece has a phobia, she's young, like she doesn't really understand. But I don't necessarily think like the uncle needs to be so like, oh my gosh, like your husband's banned, da 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 da. Like it was just a fake spider prank that's like a normal thing in their household. And I can't remember. I forgot already. Like did Jaden specifically set up that prank for the niece and his daughter, or did it just happen to be there because that's just what they always do.
It was set up for his daughter, but his daughter didn't like open the thing where it was gonna fall. So it didn't go off when it was supposed to go off. And then days later, the nieces came over and it went off.
See, it was just a little accident. Like I don't know why the other guy's so upset. Like I understand because she got bit, blah blah blah. But it's like it was an accident. I don't know.
That's what I'm also thinking. Like, it was obviously not on purpose. Like, I do understand, like, he's protective of his daughter and everything. Obviously, the reaction in the moment is warranted, but I feel like the whole ban thing is a little extreme. Cause then that's like forever. Like, he wasn't trying to kill your daughter or anything. Like, one thing would have been he got some real spiders and threw them on her. But like, it wasn't anything like that. It was very innocent. And I feel like some people in like the thread that I'm going through, they're saying like someone said the idiot, if the idiot remembered, he definitely would have taken it down while they were over. I guess he should have remembered and is maybe being immature about in reference to Jaden, the husband. But I'm like, he probably just forgot about it. Like there's so many things going on in his head. And if it's normal for them to do these spider pranks, he wasn't gonna like remember that, like, oh shoot, we need to remove this and everything, you know? I feel like it was just something very forgetful that happens to any of us. And I think, like I said, I think the uncle is more so overreacting, especially with the banning. That was a little extreme.
Yeah, I agree. See, that's one thing that can be annoying about Reddit is like you get such great responses and then you get like these boomer responses and it's like, ugh, like you're no fun at a party. But I agree with what Liz said about like it would be a different thing if there were real spiders involved. Or even if the dad like specifically was like, oh, I'm gonna prank my niece with spiders, even though I know she has a phobia, like that would be really messed up. But like, no, it was genuinely a mistake. He probably forgot. It was just an unfortunate reaction. It was very unfortunate that the niece had to be the one to discover a prank that wasn't meant for her. But yeah, I do think it is a very big reaction. And Opie has every right to defend her husband. Like she knows his intentions. His intentions were pure. And yeah, I think that's all that needs to be said for real.
And the majority voted not the a hole.
Good. I'm glad they got something right. So my next story, I actually haven't read through it, so we shall see. I just saw the title and I was like, dang, that's really messed up. My story is called Am I the A-hole for pranking my struggling friend with a fake lottery ticket? This was posted 3 years ago by the account I am a throwaway 536. The post starts off with, recently, one of my good friends, Mike, was having a birthday party, and when trying to figure out what to get him as a gift, I came across these fake lottery tickets that are supposed to all be winners. As soon as I saw them, I knew it would be an amazing prank to pull on him, and I can just give him $50 as the real gift. For some background, we prank each other all the time, usually small harmless things, but that's always been our relationship. So the party comes and everyone's having a great time, and Mike's opening all the gifts. When it's my turn, I hand him the lottery ticket and make up some excuse of not knowing what to get him, so I got him this. So he scratches the ticket, and as soon as he sees it's a winner, he starts crying, like intense crying. I haven't seen him cry this bad in a long time, and in between tears, he's thanking God and me. And at this point, we're all starting to get worried and ask what's going on. I should mention the fake winnings was $50,000, so not a small amount. Mike starts telling us about how he recently lost his job, which we all knew, but what we didn't know is his savings are pretty much gone and he hasn't been able to make his house payments. So they were going to foreclose his house, and the winnings from the ticket would be almost enough to finish paying off his mortgage. Elizabeth's face. At this point, I realized the prank might have gone a bit too far. You think? Um, so I told him it was a fake lottery ticket and gave him the $50 as the real gift. He looked pretty upset after I said that and said a soft, oh, thank you for the money, and went into the other room. Everyone basically went off on me, telling me that was a horrible prank to pull and that I should not have gotten his hopes up like that and to go apologize to him. Well, when I went to go apologize, he blew up on me, telling me he's sick and tired of all these stupid childish games I play with him, and that he doesn't want me around for a while. He said he's really not sure if he'll ever want to be around me again. I told him I feel like that's a bit of an overreaction to one bad prank, and I didn't know his situation when I did that. So while I do feel like it may have went a little far, it was a prank, and we always prank each other. It's not like I made his situation worse, and he really should have had more savings than what he did. The gaslighting is crazy. Oh, plus, like I said, I didn't know his situation before getting the fake ticket, so it wasn't malicious. So, Reddit, am I the a hole? Yes, you are, sir.
I need a moment to like wrap my head around this. Also, if none of them clickbait things worked out, you just got live reactions from me. Yeah, what Kennedy said. The development of this story, the way it went from oh, little lighthearted prank, lost his job, mortgage, just enough money. Like I can't imagine all of the reactions that went through his head in that moment of like I can like it's gonna be okay, and then for it to just be like, oh, it's a prank, it's not real. Yeah, you are the hole in that one, because I feel like the amount of the lottery, you did not have to do 50,000. You could have done 1,000. Why did you go so high? It could have been a little something else, or even like doing tickets that would have almost been the jackpot and then like one number off or something. Yeah, and then my other thought, what kind of pranks do you all be doing? Because it sounds like he was not on the same path with you of the pranks that you guys be doing. Granted, he should have said sooner, like he's done with these pranks and everything, like he doesn't like doing them, and this could have all been avoided. But even then, it's not sounding like you guys do this level of pranks on the day to day.
Yeah, I think this was a very, very, very cruel prank. The gaslighting is insane. Talking about he shouldn't put himself in that position. I think most people who are in that type of situation don't wish to be in that situation, but that's just life happens. So instead of judging them, help them. And I just think it's insane that like following up a 50,000 fake lottery ticket, he's gonna give you $50. Like at least give 100. Come on now. And I just think OP did say like, oh, like he didn't know it was that bad, but like he still knew he was struggling before he even knew the extra details about his house, how he lost his job, yada yada yada. So I wouldn't even like play into trying to prank someone based on like their struggles or phobias or anything like that. Like that's just so distasteful. And it's like who does that really like, who really gets to enjoy that prank, Like, because you may be laughing, but like the other person just thought they got life saving money, almost in tears. And then it's like mind whiplash. And it's just like, wait, actually, I'm still in the same position. Like, it's just like a very like emotional roller coaster. So yeah, and that would be very uncomfortable to witness. And I'm sure like this was honestly the friend's final straw by the sounds of it. Like OP has probably pulled some really annoying pranks. So I just think OP's friend was like, you know what, I'm over this. F this man, get out of my life.
Yes to everything Kenny said, especially the part about he knew that Frank was struggling already, like knew about the job loss, and your first thing is, I'm gonna do a little lottery prank. And for 50,000, yeah, you could if you really wanted to do that lottery prank, you could have dialed it down. It could have been 100, it could have been 100, and then the $50, that would have been a win. But 50,000 to $50, yeah, that was just evil. I feel there was other, again, these people, they have something else against our victims in these pranks.
Yeah, and then the comments just seem to have the same sentiment. Like the first comment says, "You're the a-hole. Very few pranks are actually funny, and most are just people being absolute assholes. Congrats on clearly being in the majority." Another one says, "Read the room, pal," and dot dot dot. He should have had more savings. Come on now. And then another says, yeah, you let a friend who is dealing with the stress of not having a job go through the humiliation of having that done. You're the a-hole. 10,000%, no doubt in my mind. In the dark days we all have, I hope you have no friends like yourself. No one deserves what you did. And I agree with those.
It really just, summarized what kind of person the OP was when they threw it in Frank's face.
Exactly that. And then the overall vote was that this person is the a hole. Another successful vote.
And then my next story is titled "Am I the a-hole for taking a prank way too far?" Question mark. They're giving us no information here, so we're really gonna go in and see. And then the OP is their user is Weekly Dinner 1016. I'm best friends with Rachel. We're 21 and 22, and for the past few years we have been pulling pranks on each other back and forth. Oh, we know how this goes. It started off harmless. I covered her windows in pictures of Shrek, etc. But the last time she pranked me, she impersonated me on Discord and wrote messages like, I find myself sexually attracted to Pokemon. Is that weird? Our friends weren't in that Discord, but I wasn't mad about it. I thought it was effing hilarious. But I cooked up a prank that might have been too far. I can't tell how bad it was. I'm bi, and she knows this, but I'm not interested in her in that way. But me and my friend Ryan came up with a prank. We pretended to get in a fight in front of her, and Ryan, like out of anger, sent Rachel our messages where I admit to liking her. The messages were fake convo, of course, but we played our part, and he sent her the messages while I pretended to run off upset. She tried to follow me but lost me and ended up sending me texts instead. She basically said she's sobbing, she feels horrible, that she's this person got some typos. I'm sorry. She feels horrible that she's treat, but she loves me and she loves me forever. I panicked because I've never seen her cry before. I went back and forth and she was actually crying. I told her it was fake and she didn't believe me until I showed her messages between me and Ryan where we faked it. I mean, obviously she was pissed. She said she should have known though. Of course it was a prank. I said I was sorry and she was like a sister to me. It was so awkward after that though. I couldn't believe that I had made her cry. She has played a lot of really terrible pranks on me, so maybe it's fair. I don't know. Am I the a hole? Was this horrible? Either way, no more pranks for sure.
I'm kind of confused. So, like, what's the prank? Like, I'm confused. And, like, why is she crying about it?
So the prank is the OP and the friend Ryan ganged up and did a prank on Rachel. And the prank was where they like got in a fight and Ryan, I think out of anger, showed Rachel messages where the OP is like, "Oh, like I have a crush on Rachel and everything." That's what the prank was.
What kind of prank is that? That is not a prank. Like, have you noticed in both of these situations, this story and my last story, like, who is this prank for? Because it's not funny. It's only benefiting you, and that's not the point of a prank. Though the person's actually supposed to find joy and laughter in a prank. That's the whole point. I'm a little confused. I wouldn't know necessarily to say if this was too far. Because it sounds like OP's like OP and Ryan who were pranking the other person. That other person like was like, oh, like I don't like you like that, and they were like upset. So I'm kind of confused on what the outcome was supposed to be.
See, I'm a little confused too on the victim Rachel's reaction. I think it's more so giving like she's crying and she's like, I love you, but like as a friend, like she thought the friendship was gonna end because she like liked her and everything. I That's what I'm gathering, and as I'm scrolling through, that's what other people are also gathering. They're like, you played with her emotions and like she thought the friendship was like over, and why are you confused that she's crying, like that kind of stuff.
Okay, yeah, that definitely makes a lot more sense. Just like she probably was like, oh my gosh, now our friendship's never gonna be the same, yada yada yada. But yeah, I still think that is just a very weird prank. And I wouldn't necessarily. I don't know if it's. I guess you can say it was going too far because you play with someone's emotions. Honestly, if I was in that situation, I would just think it was weird that you said you liked me or whatever. I would just be like, this is a really weird situation. You're a weird person. But yeah, low key, I would say they're the a hole in this situation because one, that's just not a good prank, and you made someone cry.
Yeah, I think that would be exactly my reaction to just kind of like side eye, like, why are we doing this? And again, I feel like these people aren't understanding what pranks are. Something about them toying with people's emotions, that's just evil and malicious. That is not no prank. People are using the word prank as a defense mechanism for them being evil in the heart. Because why? And especially with this one, it was very much like, where was the laughter in it? Where was the joke, you know? Even I feel like even Rachel would like the victim was confused and like, why are you saying this? But everybody in the comments, the replies, every I don't see anyone that says not the a-hole. Everybody says you're the a-hole. Why would you play with her emotions? So someone said you made her fear that your entire friendship was going to end, that you were pretending to be her friend while lusting after her, but also blaming herself as if she had accidentally strung you along all this time. So I think that's the part too, like the emotions part of what did I do? Like, is this my fault? Yeah. And why did Ryan join in on this too? I got some questions about Ryan. Sounding like he's evil too.
Yeah, I'm so like it's just so weird to think of OP and the Ryan guy just like be like, oh, we're gonna prank Rachel, we're gonna make her think like I like her and they think that like it's a good idea. Like Ryan, why are you here? Why is a man here? Like like it's just so weird. Yeah, to play with someone's emotions like that is just weird.
And then I'm reading through like the beginning of the story where it started off because Rachel did the whole like the prank about the OP saying I feel sexually attracted to Pokemon. Like I feel like that has nothing comparison to I have a crush on you, Like Pokemon, no one's feelings are getting hurt here. But this is a little too far. But everybody overall for this one, they said that they're the a-hole. I didn't see a single person that was like, no, like you're totally right. Like, what is wrong with them? Yeah. And I feel like all these people, they have a little commonality where they're like, we do pranks all the time. Like, this isn't even far. Like, the things that they've done to me. Where's the evidence? I simply see no evidence to back up your statements. So, therefore, you're evil.
That part, and I bet you in all those pranks, they always take it too far. And this was just the final straw.
And with that, we are done reading our little Reddit stories. I love doing these Reddit episodes. They're so fun to just see how weird the world is out there and judge it from afar. But, anyways, we hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Make sure you're following us on all of our socials, the TikTok, the everything, the Instagram. Like and subscribe wherever you're listening. And make sure that you give us a good rating. It helps us, it benefits us. So we can keep this podcast going for you guys. But anyways, we'll see you guys next week on the Girls Lounge. Bye.
Bye.